My name is Jenny Harden. I am conducting this interview on behalf of Unity Hospice. Today we are interviewing Marvin Meyer. The date is November 17th, 2015, and this interview is being conducted in Yorkville, Illinois. The purpose of this interview is to record the veteran experience of Marvin Meyer for the Veterans History Project. Can you please tell me your full name?
Marvin Gerald Meyer.
And your date of birth?
August the 7th, 1924.
Okay. And what branch of service did you serve in?
I was in the Navy Air.
Okay.
I flew all the time, not on ship.
Okay.
But we had a squadron, and we were based in Panama, just below the Panama Canal.
Okay. What was the highest rank that you attained?
Highest
Yeah,
rank?
what rank were you?
Well, I was a flight engineer.
Okay.
That's about it.
And what war did you serve during?
World War II.
Okay. Let's get a little background history on you. Where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. What are the names of your parents?
Well, they were both passed away.
That's all right. What were their names?
Henry and Ida.
Ida. Okay. And what did they do for a living? What were their occupations?
My dad was a developer of a grocery store. Him and my grandfather, Kroger grocery stores.
Oh, they developed,
Yeah.
they're the creator. Oh,
That started down in Kansas also.
okay.
And then my dad came up to Illinois and opened up the first Kroger store on 63rd Street in Chicago.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And from there he went out west. He didn't care for Chicago itself, so we went west to Batavia,
Okay.
and that's where I went to grade school and high school.
Okay.
After graduating from high school, I enlisted in the Navy.
Okay. What did your mom do? What was her occupation?
My mother, she would help out in the store and stuff like that.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Oh yeah. My brothers, I got 1, 2, 3, 3 brothers, no sisters.
Okay. That's a big family. Did any of them serve in the military as well?
Hmm?
Did any of them serve in the military? Any of your brothers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Were they also in the Navy?
No.
No. Okay.
They're I was first one gone,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't come home for several years.
Right. What did your mom think when you told her you were leaving for the military?
What did she have to say?
Yeah.
With tears in her eyes, and say, let us know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
Right. Right. And are you married? Were you married?
I wasn't married until after I came home from service.
Okay. And do you have any children?
4 boys.
4 boys. What are their names?
Oh, man. Let's see. Mark, Steve, Stan, Russ. We had 4 boys.
Okay. Did any of them join the...
2 of them are twins.
Oh, okay. Did any of them join the military?
Yeah, Mark, the oldest one did.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the Vietnam War.
Okay.
And he come home safe also.
How did you feel when he told you that he wanted to join the military?
Oh, I don't even remember that so
Okay.
many years
Okay.
ago.
So I want to know a little bit about what you were doing before you joined the service. Were you helping with the family grocery store? Were you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I learned to be a butcher.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And see, my mother came out of a family from Oklahoma, and they were all farmers. And I went to school during the summertime, and up here, and then I'd go down in the thrashing season in Oklahoma, and I become the thrasher boy.
Okay.
I had my own pony, and I had to go to out into the fields to the different ones that are pitching bundles
Right.
and chopping up the bundles.
Right.
And I had my own pony and everything else.
Yeah. That's neat.
I can remember some of them, but I spent a lot of time in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I mean, during school, after school was out up here,
Right.
I ended up down in Oklahoma.
So you graduated from high school up here, though, in Illinois?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What year did you graduate high school?
What year?
What year? Do you remember?
Oh, no.
Well, you said you joined the military right out of high school, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you were in the Navy and you enlisted, right? You weren't drafted?
I was 18.
You were 18.
So I just got out of high school.
Okay. What made you choose the Navy?
Huh?
What made you decide to choose the Navy over the other branches of service?
I can't quite think of why I did, because I wanted to fly. I think it's the main reason.
Yeah.
And when I went in to enlist, I met some chief, and that happened to be in Chicago. And at that time, Navy Pier in Chicago. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was Navy, and I was put to school in there.
Oh, okay.
And I had learned to fire torpedoes and things like that.
So that's where you did your training? Was
Yeah.
it Navy Pier?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of my training was at Navy Pier.
Okay.
And then away I went.
Yeah.
And I didn't come back for a long time.
Right. Were you excited when you joined the Navy? Were you excited? Were you nervous? How did you feel?
Oh, I wasn't nervous. I wanted to be going to service and things like that.
Yeah.
And, of course, my dad and mother kissed me goodbye.
Yeah.
And I didn't see them for a long time.
Yeah. Was that difficult on you, leaving for training and not being able to see your mom and your dad and your family? Was that difficult?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. Excuse me.
Yep, you're fine.
Hello. Yeah, Mark. Alrighty. I'm being interviewed right now. Well, no, that's all right. Go ahead. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, Mark. You won't be up over here to pick me up, huh? All righty. All right. I'm being interviewed myself right now about my war, the time I was in the service. Yeah, I know. I'll tell you about it. All right, I will, Mark. Bye-bye. That's one of my oldest son I was telling you about.
Oh, the one that was in
He-
Vietnam?
Yeah, he was in the Vietnam War.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, he lives in Aurora.
Oh, okay.
Not
Okay.
for too far from here.
Yeah, that's not too far.
Yeah, and he always picks me up because my wife is in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
See, she's been in there for a long time now.
Yeah.
She fell right in the bathroom on the marble floor
Oh,
and
yeah.
broke her spine.
Oh my gosh.
And the doctors can't fix the spine.
Oh.
And so she has to be taken care of all
Right.
the time.
Okay.
And until her body heals the spine.
Right.
A doctor can't fix the spine.
Right. So Mark was going to pick you up to go visit her?
Huh?
He was going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 sons that live here,
Okay.
and 2 of them and their families live in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And my sister was born in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And we were out there quite a bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I want to hear more about your training. About your training for
Training?
Navy. Yes, I want to know more about your training. When you first joined the service,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more about your training. You said you learned to drop torpedoes.
Huh?
You said you learned to drop torpedoes. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
They were on our squadron, on our plane.
Yeah.
You know, a big plane. We landed we had a plane that landed only on water. It's a big one.
Okay.
And we could take off, and we carried stuff that we could drop off our wings and things like that.
That sounds cool. Was that exciting? Was that exciting to do during training, dropping the bombs?
I don't look at it as exciting.
No.
Because of the number of people.
Oh, during
that
war.
I killed.
Sure. So
I killed in Germany,
yeah.
France, Russia, Japan.
Right.
I was in all those countries and killed thousands of people.
Yeah.
And I don't brag about that
Yeah.
no more.
No. No, but you were doing your job. That was your job. That's what you were told to do. You were doing your country well. So tell me a little bit about your time during World War II. Maybe when you first got over there, maybe the first time you flew over. Tell me some stories and memories you have of that.
Tell me some stories.
Yeah, I want to know some stories you have of your time.
We never landed there.
Okay.
No, we'd stay where there's water, because our plane only landed on water.
Right.
We can't go land on land or nothing.
Right.
And there's not too much to tell about that.
Yeah.
You know, because we could come down anytime flying from here to Russia, way over there. We could land anytime on the water.
Yeah, that's neat because
on the ocean. See,
I've never heard of a plane that could do that. I guess I've never heard that story.
Well, you see, our plane and our squadron was based down south in South America, in Panama.
Okay.
Just past the Panama Canal. You know where that is, where the ships go through?
Yeah.
All right. You see, we owned that. The United States did at that time.
Right.
We didn't. We turned it all over to down there after the war. The United States built the Panama Canal.
Right.
And then kept it. After the war, we turned it over to the country of Panama.
Okay. So did you spend a lot of time down there then?
Hmm?
Did you spend a lot of time down there by the Panama Canal?
Well, that was our home base.
That was your home base. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like living there?
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
To me, I can look back and year round, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you live in the barracks? Did they have barracks set up or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some barracks.
Yeah. And did you make some good friends while you were over there?
Not really.
No.
No. We had the crew aboard our plane.
Yeah.
See, our plane was big.
How many people did your plane hold?
How many could it hold?
Yeah.
Oh, it could probably hold 30, 40, 50, but they don't hold that many. It's just the ones that are doing the damage
Right.
are there flying.
Right.
I always flew, yes.
Yeah.
And 2 pilots and two other fellows. I don't even remember their names anymore.
Right. So what was your job? What was your job title? What did you actually do in the Navy?
I fired torpedoes.
That was okay. All right.
I killed people.
Is that a job that you chose? Did you choose that, or did the Navy assign that to you?
I was assigned to by the Navy.
Okay.
And I was trained and what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where else did you go while you were over there? You flew over Germany and...
France.
Yeah.
Russia. Japan.
Yeah.
That was the
So
different countries.
Yeah. Tell me some stories about that. What are some memories you have?
Well, we never landed and
Right.
did things there.
Right.
I mean, we just dropped ammunition and killing people.
Right.
So, and then back out,
Right.
fly.
Did you enjoy flying?
Well, I wouldn't even enjoy it if I didn't think it was all right.
Right. Right. And so how did you stay in touch? You said that you were gone from home for a long time. How did you stay in touch with your mom and dad?
I could write letters,
Okay.
and now and then a letter would come back. I can remember, one that came back from a girl that was in high school with me before I joined, and back in those days, they send out in the school, the high school, or the college they may be in. They wrote letters to the men fighting in the war,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd send them out to them.
Right.
And there was there's several of them I knew going through high school with, up in Batavia.
Yeah.
And I remember she always wrote me letters when I was in service,
Yeah.
but I never married her.
Right.
Of course, she was married when I got home.
Right. Oh. What was her name? Do you remember?
Ingrid.
Ingrid.
Okay. Yeah.
And did you get any kind of packages maybe? Did you ask for certain things from back home or no, just letters? No. How did your mom feel about you being in the war? How did she feel about knowing you were flying? What did she say in her letters?
Well, I can't even answer that. She would write the letter and that. And, I can remember one time, I wrote a letter back to this one girl, Ingrid, and I signed it. I never even had dated her, but they had kids in high school and would send letters to the servicemen.
Right.
And I wrote back to this one, Ingrid Teely. I can remember the name.
All right.
and I wrote back and thank you for the letter I received. I was at my home base down in South America, and so I wrote it back. Thanks for the letter and everything. Love, Marv. And my mother had wrote a letter. And why do you say love?
Oh.
Of course, I'm never in love with her.
Right. That was nice, though, that she sent you letters and things.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids, young ones in high school and stuff like that did that.
Yeah.
During World War II.
That's nice. So what did you do for fun? Did you ever get a break? What did you do maybe if on base when you had a day off?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
No.
So I want to know then a little bit more. You had mentioned
I never drank very well.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Did you play cards? Did you play pool?
I played pool.
Yeah.
I remember, but I was not a good pool player.
Yeah.
But, we go out and probably try to do a little hunting and shoot some rabbits or something.
Oh, okay.
See?
That's a good way to relieve stress.
Oh, yeah.
So you had mentioned to me a few times about casualties.
About what?
About casualties, about killing people. I want to know a little bit more about that. Every time you dropped a bomb, how did you feel? How did you feel about the war?
Well, I think I was proud being in the service.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't say that I wasn't crying about it or nothing, because I myself enjoyed. I mean, I was only 18.
Right.
You know, I'm not even matured myself, and I was in there fighting in the war.
So do you think you fully understood the war, or you were just doing what
Oh
you...
yeah, I learned the war. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And what were your
Definitely.
thoughts about us being at
And
war?
the only thing is, all of our forefathers and stuff like that came from Germany.
Yep.
You know, and they were over here. Of course, my dad and my mother were born here and everything else,
Right.
but their forefathers were all came from Germany
Right.
originally. And that's about it.
Yeah. What kind of destruction did you witness?
Hmm?
What kind of destruction did you witness? Did you ever get to see the aftermath of when you dropped a bomb? Did you get to witness the destruction?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen the castle of the Japanese guy blow up, and he was killed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a big. That was over in Japan,
Okay.
but never really thought of it, you
Yeah.
know, because they were fighting. Germany was a big going country.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, my great-grandparents, stuff like that, came from Germany
Right.
to Illinois.
Right.
I mean, a lot of them were landed in Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and they were farmers. And so, my mother's side, they were all farmers, and some of my dad's side and everything. And so, as I was growing up, and before I went into service, I'd be on the farms down there in Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
being a water boy. I
Yeah.
had my own pony and everything else.
Right. Did you always know that you wanted to be in the military?
No,
No.
it just came up at that time when
Yeah.
the war started.
Right.
No, I never thought about it.
Right.
I played basketball in high school and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I was a runner. I ran the mile and the 2-mile race and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I
Neat.
was in high school, and
Yeah.
I can remember some of that.
Did you ever plan to go to college and then changed your mind and joined the military, or did you know when you got out of high school you were
When I went out of high school, I went right in the Navy.
right in the Navy?
I
Yeah.
was-
How many years did you serve in the Navy? How long were you in?
Oh boy. I went in, I was 18. I don't know, I was up in the 20s someplace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you retired out of the military?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, they wanted me to ship over, you know,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Did you serve anywhere else then?
No,
Okay.
No, I seen all the countries I just said we bombed.
Yeah.
I seen all those
Right.
over in Europe.
So after you did your tour there during World War II, you got out of the military?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
yeah, I never went back in then.
Okay. So what other stories do you have for me about your time in service?
Well, I thought about when I got home and met my wife, got married. Our oldest son ended up in war himself.
Right.
Our number one soldier.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you remember what year you and your wife were married?
Huh?
When did you and your wife get married?
Oh, good night. I can't even remember
That's
that.
okay. That's okay. And so, how did you feel when Mark came to you and said he was joining the military? How did you feel?
Well, that was so long ago too. I don't know. He decided to go in for the service.
And was he Navy?
Huh?
Did he go Navy as well? What branch of service is he in?
No. He was in. He wasn't in the Navy.
Army?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was it like for you, Marvin? What was it like for you when your oldest boy was leaving for war?
Well, I think it's about the same that any father would feel about his own son, and he was in the Vietnam War, and as long as he stayed a Christian,
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
and he did, and he's in charge of everything here now.
Yeah, that's neat.
Well,
Very
he's,
proud, yeah.
He
Yeah.
lives in Aurora. He said good wages and
Yeah.
things like that, where are you from?
Me? I live in Creston, out by Rochelle. DeKalb?
DeKalb?
You know where DeKalb is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live out that way. I live out
Okay.
there. But I have another question for you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I want to know what it was like to come home after being in the war. What was it like to come home as a civilian? Was that hard for you to adjust to?
No, because my dad put me to work right away.
In the grocery store?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go back to being a butcher?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was a butcher.
Yeah. Did you, when you first came home from war, did you have a party? Did you go out to eat? What was your
Oh,
homecoming?
Yeah, I imagine we did.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything to talk about that.
Right.
We're all church-going people. We all belong to the Lutheran
Okay.
Church. And in the service, we had service from both Lutheran and other ones too, Catholic, and our country had different bases, had people like that,
So did you get to attend church services then while you were?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't flying and dropping bombs. Yeah, I went to church.
Mhm. That's nice that was
We
available
were,
to you.
we were taught that way with our folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you remain in contact with anybody that you knew from service?
Oh no.
No.
I'm probably the last one of the whole bunch.
Yeah.
I knew him for a while, and one of them I went into service with. I know he died. He died about I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
How old am I?
95.
How you know?
You told me.
Oh,
You said you're 95 years old.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's up to the Lord if He wants me to reach 100.
Yeah. So, what would you do if do you have grandkids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What would you do if one of your grandkids came to you and said they wanted to join the military?
Well, I don't know. See, once with the kids, see, we have one son that had a daughter, and his daughter is over in Africa with the government. When she graduated, they were living out in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
And the government grabbed on her because to go over to Africa and teach all the newborn black people the English language.
Oh, okay.
And she's been over there now, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can come home once every year. And in fact, she called me this morning
Oh, that's nice.
from Africa.
Yeah.
And I've heard from her
Yeah.
because I was, when I last had my birthday, she knew that I smoked Dutch Master cigars, the little cigars.
Right.
And she had her dad make sure I got some cigars.
Oh, that was nice.
And she was talking to him. See, she's with the government, so
Right.
she can't use a regular phone.
Right.
She goes through the satellite that's around the world
Right.
from the government.
Yeah.
And that's the reason she can call me too, right here.
Oh, that's probably nice to hear from her, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard from her several times.
Oh, that's
now
wonderful.
that my wife's in the hospital, my wife's even heard from her.
Yeah.
We got that number where my wife is at.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm sure your wife appreciates that too.
Yeah.
So you're a member of the American Legion, correct?
The American Legion?
Yeah. You're a member?
What about them?
You're a part of the American Legion, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you part of any other veteran organizations?
No.
No? Okay. And what do you like about the American Legion?
Well, for one thing, I give that to, I wasn't when I came back from service,
Oh, okay.
but I was in the meat market butchering already. And Mark, my oldest son, he's the one that handles all that stuff.
Yeah.
And what was your question now?
I was asking what you like about the American Legion.
Well, I suppose I like him because I joined, and my son Mark, he joined the Legion, and he's high ranking in the Legion now.
Yeah.
In fact, I even talked to him this morning.
Yeah.
But he still is right up in Aurora.
Nice. So do you go to the American Legion meetings?
No.
No. Okay.
Not no more. I'm too old.
Yeah. Oh. So you got out of the service.
See, I can't fly. I can't drive anymore.
Okay. So Mark drives you, right? And you go.
Yeah. See, because after I was home for a while, for a long time, and then the government stepped in, and they, the state of Illinois, and I think it's all over the country now, you can't drive after 80 years of age.
Oh, okay.
And all the doctors, when they're treating, they have to notify the government, the state of Illinois. Well, he's 80 or 85. Or
Right.
Like right after that, papers come from the state to turn in your license, and that happened to me too.
Yeah.
That's the reason I can't drive
Right.
anymore.
That's all right. So I have another question about war. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Where were you at when World War II ended? Do you remember when World War II ended?
Yeah, because after Pearl Harbor sometime, when Pearl Harbor was bombed, and we went over there, that was the last issue.
Right. How did you feel?
Glad it was all over.
Yeah. And then you came back to Illinois after that?
Oh yeah, we were living in Illinois.
Okay.
We were married in a Lutheran church up in Batavia.
Oh, all right. All
Yeah.
right.
I met her when I come home.
Yeah. How do you think that being in the war has affected your life?
My life?
Yeah, how do you think it's affected your life, being part of World War II? Do you look at things?
Not,
Do you?
not along as I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah.
And I met her, and we got married in a Lutheran church in Batavia with a friend of mine that was in the service.
Oh, okay.
And he lived there in Batavia. And he's passed away now. I'm the only one now with it. Friends way back then.
Yeah, sure.
They're, I believe maybe a little bit longer than any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they moved away here and there, Florida and places like that.
Sure.
Well, I did too, and my wife. We, because I had an insurance agency, and I also built homes.
Oh, okay.
And I even built, we went to Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, and went down there, and that's when I was married.
Okay.
And, but they didn't have no church there in Hot Springs.
Hmm.
And I called Synod, the Lutheran church, and said, I'd like to set up a church here.
Oh.
And I was building a couple of homes too, and I built a home for myself and my wife too down there in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. And we were down there. Of course, there was a golf course that went around behind our our home.
Nice.
And I played a lot of golf.
Yeah, nice. So you built a church out there.
So I built a Lutheran church
That's
down
amazing.
there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then here comes in a guy that he come from the East Coast. He wanted to get out of there and come out, and he wanted to build a home.
Mm-hmm.
And he had me go ahead and build a home for him. And it's a big one, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
He was very rich, and he was so happy. And I told him about it. Bill, I'm going to build a church. I called Lutheran Synod if I could go ahead, and they granted it. And
That's
I said,
wonderful.
I need a pastor, you know. And they said they'll notify. And I had a pastor that came down. He was a pastor up and just across the border into Canada.
Oh, okay.
And he jumped at that, come down to be the pastor down there.
Oh,
and he's
that's
still the
wonderful.
pastor today.
Is he? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
what advice or what words of wisdom would you give? Let's say your great grandson is watching this video right now. What words of wisdom do you have for future generations? Maybe about life, about military. What would you want to say?
I don't know. They're scattered all over there. I don't get to see those.
Yeah. So if they're watching this right now, what would you want to say to them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot of them who they are.
Yeah.
Young ones that have come along.
Right.
Because they live in 3 different states.
Right.
3, 4
Sure.
states.
Sure.
They live all over.
Right. So what are your thoughts? I asked you what your thoughts are about World War II. What are your thoughts about what is going on right now in our world with Iraq and Afghanistan?
Well, to tell you the truth, I think that are the wars started? Why are they started? I think they want more of this and more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the reason. There's wars between the countries.
Right.
You know.
Do you think that our younger generation should be signing up for the military?
Well, wars come to our particular country and started by some other country. See, there are countries that the war that I was in World War II, that there is no, they don't have no country there anymore to speak about,
Right.
you know. And so that's a hard question.
All right, that's okay.
What
So we're coming kind of to the end of our interview. So I want to know, now it's your time. What other stories, what other memories do you have?
what other what?
What other memories do you have of
Well,
being in the
I
war?
probably forgot a lot of them.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
Is there
See, our home base was in, I think I told you, Panama,
yeah.
you know, down there. But we were in South America territory, where the bananas grow.
Okay.
See, all the bananas grow down in the northern tip of South America, not in the United States.
Okay.
And I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because we always had a lot of free bananas.
You did.
We get the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
See, they have a brown seed.
Right.
The seed is that big, and that high, and then the bananas grow,
Right.
and they turn down then, and then that seed drops straight down on the ground. You can take the whole spool of bananas, that brown thing
Yeah.
comes back up and grows another one.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. What other kind of food did you get to eat?
Oh, anything.
Anything?
Oh, yeah.
Was it different than what we have here?
Well, I think food changes all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Did you like the food that you were served in the military?
oh, yeah.
They made good food
Yeah,
for you?
I ate anything.
Yeah.
I didn't like cheese.
You don't like Do you like cheese now or no?
No.
No?
I still don't eat it.
Oh, all right.
No,
Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
I'm trying to think.
That's okay. Take your time.
Oh, just let her go.
All right.
But now, what are you going to do with this?
Well, first, I'm going to say thank you on behalf of Unity Hospice. Thank you for letting me talk to you today
Yeah, on
and
behalf
record
of
this.
who?
Unity Hospice.
Oh,
Yeah. So thank you for letting us do your story, and thank you for your service, of course.
oh.
Okay.
Thank you.